Welcome to Hong Kong Blu-rays. I'm Leon.
And I'm Shaz.
And today we have 1975 film The Flying Guillotine, a Shaw Brothers movie. If you enjoyed the review, please like and subscribe.
And we'd love to hear from you, so please leave any comments below.
So, a brief review of the film for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. This film starts off with an emperor that's absolutely obsessed with people defying him. He doesn't like anybody to go against him, even talk out against him. He major flips out. I think it's set during the Qing dynasty, the Qing dynasty. Anyway, he sets about wanting to assassinate these two officials, but he can't be seen to do it in the open. So what he does, he gets one of his subordinates to devise a way to assassinate them, and this chap is played by Feng, who many will recognise from a lot of Shaw Brother films. And whilst he's out at a street sort of party, he sees people spinning plates on sticks, and there's some other little thing he has on the string.
Wooden toy thing that you flip up in the air and you catch on the string.
Yeah. So supposedly this gives him the idea to create the Flying Guillotine, which is a weapon that's like a circular disc with blades on it, and they toss it over somebody's head, and there's a net over it as well, and when it lands they give it a yank and the blades come in and they decapitate, you know, the victim, which is quite good. It's quite amusing. Anyway, this guy devises this method of assassinating people, and the emperor gets him to set up like a task force, a special task force. I think it's like 12 in it, if I remember rightly, 12. Yeah. And the best one in the task force is Chen Kuan Tai, who he's great in this. You know, I really like Chen Kuan Tai. I think what I like best about him is he reminds me of me a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, just, you know, in his character. No, okay. Anyway, he's really cool in this, and yeah, he's so good that the one of his fellow assassins, if you like, or Emperor's guards,
I think he's a bit jealous of him, of how well he's doing with the weapon, and of course they were rewarded with gold, weren't they?
Yeah.
Quite early on with the training, they mastered it. Him and there was another chap as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. So yeah, you get the introduction to these guys, and like I say, that's set up at the beginning, and yeah, there's some animosity between him and the other guy, and eventually he discredits him, and the Emperor's worried about him, so he has to escape, otherwise he's going to lose his head, literally. And yeah, that's mainly the plot of the film, isn't it? They chase after him, you know, they want to kill him off, and he just wants to get away and live his life, you know, and be free from it all. This isn't like heavy kung fu like a lot of the Shaw Brother films. This, I would say, this is story driven. Yeah,
there is some kung fu in it. There's a bit of fighting, isn't there? But overall, it is mostly story, following Chen Kuan Tai's character.
So the package for this film, it's quite nice artwork on it. There we go. You can't see it with a lot of reflection there. That's the back cover. Unfortunately, we missed out on the slipcase. We came to this one a little bit later. And if I just take out the disc, artwork on the disc too. And we have some nice interior artwork with the original poster on the inside. You can just about see that. And there is a nice little booklet there. A little bit of information about the film. Some good artwork in there. And these notes, I believe, are by a Dr. Callan Wardell, if I've pronounced his name right. The actual disc itself, it's an early release by 88films, so it doesn't have much, well, it doesn't have anything in the way of extras really. It's bare bones. We've got the two audio tracks. One is Mandarin, and then you've got an English dub, which we spot checked the English dub because we prefer it subtitled. And it seemed a good match. If you like dubs, then I'd say you'd probably enjoy the one on this, and it seemed to reflect what they were saying in the subtitles, which is unusual. But yeah, there's not a chapter guide on it, and there's not a trailer, so it's a shame that it's missing. But yeah, again, the artwork's good, and this was early on in 88 Films releasing of these films, and this is probably the best you're gonna get it. So yeah, not a bad job. The picture quality on this Blu-ray is beautiful. I believe these films were all remastered by Celestial when they bought the rights to Shaw Brothers films back in the day. We have a large collection of the original Celestial DVD releases behind us. So as you can tell, we're big fans of Shaw Brothers, but I don't think we've ever seen this film looking so good. We had the DVD before, but the print that 88 have put on here, it's pretty stunning. It looks nice. The black's really black. You could complain and say you lose some of the detail because it's been smoothed over, but you're not realistically going to get a 4K disc of this that's going to give you the grain and detail that you might want. You're never going to get as good a picture on this film as you've got on this disc. It's fantastic. We have no complaints at all.
No. So what did you think of the subtitling?
Subtitling was good for this one. The translation seemed pretty good. I don't speak Mandarin, so I couldn't tell you whether it was 100% accurate. But with what you see on the screen and what's going on around you, it does identify in your mind what's going on. It seems like it's a good representation of the story. There was one grammatical error that I noticed. That's always a little bit of a bugbear of mine, as you know. But I thought these were really clear, very legible and easy to read. Though I do think you had a point about the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, just at the beginning of the film, I struggled to keep up with some of the subtitling, but it didn't affect my enjoyment of the film or gathering what was actually going on, so it wasn't too big a deal, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say that was fair. The beginning of the film was quite dialogue heavy because it's quite a story driven film.
Yeah.
So there was a lot to say, and you need to keep pace with it. But once you get past those initial scenes, there's not much of a problem. You pretty much get everything, and I'd say it's a really good subtitling job. Probably one of the best we've got.
Yeah. My standout performance in the film is from Chen Kuan Tai. I really like him anyway, but I really felt his character, Ma Teng, was just brilliant throughout the whole film. All of the different scenes he was in where things completely changed with how his character would react. I just thought he was superb.
And I liked Feng in this. He's possibly one of my favourite Shaw Brothers villains. He really brings a lot to the table, and his performance in this was subtle. It was convincing. I really enjoyed him, and his performance as Sin Kang, the leader and the inventor of the guillotine, was brilliant. Nicely underplayed. And also Wei Hung, who played Archon, the villainous, treacherous member of the team. Yeah, I thought he brought a lot to the film. I really enjoyed his performance. I'm not as familiar with him, but I thought he was great in this. So we're going to score the film now out of 10. What would you give this film?
I would give this film 8 out of 10.
Good, not a bad score. And for me, I really enjoy this film too, but I like a slightly faster pace on my Kung Fu movies, so for me this is a 7 out of 10. Right, so between us we've devised a rating system for this channel. We're going to cover each of the releases in the same way, and we're going to have 4 different categories. Each of the categories will be rated out of 5 stars. The categories will be as follows. The first will be the package, which will cover the artwork, the packaging, the extras on the disc. The second will be the picture quality. The third will be the audio quality, and the fourth will be the subtitles.
The package on this release, we're giving a 2-star.
Yeah, there was not a lot of extras on this disc. In fact, there was no extras on this disc, and there was no chapters, not even a trailer. But this was early days, so this is to be expected. What we can say though is the artwork was very good on this. the front cover, the interior covers, the little slip leaflet inside, and the print on the disc itself. That was nice. Obviously 88 Films have become a master at this now, and possibly everything they released from last year onwards, like 5-star. I mean, completely incredible what they've just gone from strength to strength.
The picture quality, we're giving 5 stars.
Yeah, outstanding picture on this. You could probably find better pictures on 4K disc, so on and so forth, but for a Kung Fu film from 1975, it was outstanding. We'd had a DVD of this before. It looked good. The Celestial Remaster was good, but what they've done with this transfer onto the Blu-ray is outstanding. The black scenes are really good. They're really clear, really black. The colours are vibrant. There was no discolouring anywhere that I could see. I love the detail on this disc. I think it looked beautiful. 88 Films done a bang up job with this print.
The audio quality on this disc, we're rating 3.
Yeah, it was a good sound for a Kung Fu movie from 1975. It's a pretty authentic sound. It's just what you want to hear when you're watching a film like this. It gels nicely with what's on screen. Very pleased. Good sound.
The subtitles, we rate 4 stars out of 5.
Yeah, there was a couple of quick ones at the beginning, as we mentioned earlier. One slight grammatical error, but they're pretty outstanding.
Disloyal, they and their families will die.
A few other points of interest.
Right, so anybody that enjoys this film will undoubtedly be looking for more of the same sort of action. And there was an official sequel from Shaw Brothers, Flying Guillotines 2, but before that, in 1976, came Master of the Flying Guillotine. That was a sequel to the One-Armed Boxer starring Jimmy Wang Yu, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit more grindhousey, but you know, seek it out, it's a good film. Then in 1977 we had The Fatal Flying Guillotine. I believe this was a Taiwanese film, and there will be a familiar face to a lot of fans of Big Trouble in Little China out there, which is Carter Huang. He's the star of that one. So again, we haven't seen that one, but you know, check it out by all means. If you like these sort of films, it might be a good choice for you. Then eventually in 1978 came The Flying Guillotine 2, and I think it had another title which was called Palace Carnage. Chen Kuan Tai actually fell out with the Shaw Brothers during the making of this film, and he stormed off set, left the project entirely. At the 11th hour, T. Lung stepped in. He was the replacement for Chen Kuan Tai. I would say he's not quite as good in it as Chen Kuan Tai. We love T. Lung, he's a great actor, but I guess we'd already got it set in our minds when we saw this one that Chen Kuan Tai was Ma Teng, and yeah, it didn't quite gel with us when we saw it. But again, a good film, highly recommended. And then eventually the director came back in 1978, and he did the third part, which was called Vengeful Beauty. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe 88 Films have released this one as well, which hopefully we can cover sometime for you on the channel. Other than that, there was a 2012 remake called The Guillotines, which was released in 3D. And what a lot of people might not have known was that the original film, the one that we've reviewed today, was actually released in the UK in the 1980s in 3D in the cinemas. I would have dearly loved to have seen that in 3D. Cool. That would have been good. And yeah, it makes you wish that you had a 3D option on the disc as an extra, but I guess you're talking a lot of money there, so you can't blame the company for not going to those lengths for the amount of copies they're going to sell of one of these films. But yeah, it was nice little bit of trivia. And just before we go today, what we'd like to do, hopefully generate a bit of interest, get you to subscribe, maybe get us notified up coming from us. But we're going to let you know what we're going to be covering next week on the channel. Next week we are covering The Legendary Couple, and this film stars Simon Yam and Ching Miao, which I know I'm a massive fan of. And yes, we're looking forward to doing this one. Again, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, anything you'd like to say, please contact us with messages below, or go on to Instagram, send us a private message, on Twitter as well. And we've now also opened up a Facebook page, so please use all the social media, contact us about anything you like. We'll try and respond to everybody. and we look forward to giving you another review next week. Thank you very much. So guys, while Shaz isn't here, quick little word about some little treat in there that you might have missed. Early on in the film we get some shore boobies and they're good. Watch out for them. See you later.